Hello and welcome to another update video on Bitcoin. So far it has been a quiet day, something that we already talked about in the last video update, obviously. The idea is currently that the market is hovering just above the 61.8 retracement. We are currently covering here two scenarios basically on this chart. Two scenarios which are still bullish because I haven't got enough evidence to say that a substantial price top has actually formed. Okay, I mean, again, Bitcoin dropped like 5% below all-time high. Yeah, and again, suddenly everybody's a bear. Feels like that. Must be crypto. It just happens all the time. Now, I'm not denying that a top could be in. It's just simply, again, those who want to be first, right, calling the top, and then they always will say we were right. Whereas, you just risk, and that's what we see all the time, that you just get rolled over by the momentum. The larger trend is still up, so we've learned it, right? We've learned it over decades. Hopefully, like those who follow the markets, that it's best not to fight a trend. You don't want to stand in the way of a trend, especially in crypto. Now, however, it's also important to understand the context, and we talked about that many times. I just want to show it again on the larger time frame that honestly, we are most likely in the very late stages of a very stable rally that started in 2022. So we are kind of in this long-term top area from where then a larger correction should unfold. Now, people will always tell me, oh, it can't go down to 56K anymore or 44K because of all the institutions that are involved now. Well, guess what? They won't hold the price up, right? They won't. They will also sell at some point, and they will just stop buying at some point. And even if they buy, what do institutions do? They won't move the price up. That's just, who told you that, right? They won't. Institutions buy with limit orders. And, well, if you have limit orders, then you won't move price. Okay? It's always retail moving price. Basics. So, if anything, and they accumulate really, then what will it be? It will just mean that the volatility is increasing. Volatility is increasing. Why that? What does that mean? Well, it just means that, if you have less on the market, less BTC, for example, and because everything is bought up by institutions, if you will, then it just means it is more volatile. It can go up quicker and down because the orders will move, the spread and the exchanges will be crossed faster. If you want, I can make a dedicated video on that. Will explain how order books work and everything. That might be a bit of a tutorial series or something. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, it's just like big misunderstandings I see all the time in the market, right? People think that institutions will hold the price up. Nothing could be further from the truth. If that were true, then you wouldn't see any larger corrections in the stock market, right? It's just doesn't work like that. It would be nice if that was the truth, but it's just not how it works. Anyway, what we want to talk about here is that a larger correction is likely due. We might get a few more upside squiggles, possibly to 130K, but basically the risk is extremely high. I'm not saying we will test this area, though it is very likely. This area is an estimate. It will move with the price as we go higher. Let's talk about the shorter time frame for BTC, because when can we confirm that such a top is in? Well, my first confirmation would be if we get a 5-wave move down, but not a tiny one that holds above support, but it needs to be something like this. 5 waves down like this, and then a 3-wave move up. That would tell me that, that something more bearish is playing out. It basically means getting rejected in this resistance area we talked about between 119,838 and 123,300, and then breaking below support in the next stage. That would be a big warning, I can tell you that. The potential is definitely there, but for now, the trend is still up. We're still holding above support, okay? And, what I'm considering, and I've been checking a lot of meme coin charts today. They look the same. Where this could be an A wave down, B wave up, and C wave down. So I'm considering here that yellow scenario could indeed be playing out, which we discussed in the previous video. So we do have a 5-wave move up, possible 3-wave move down. But I would like to see a healthy B wave bounce now from this area here. This is micro support. We're holding it, 116,930. A bounce would be healthy, and then a C wave down ideally holds support 114,471. So to keep it very simple, There can be a lot of noise here, you know, a lot of noise. It's a correction. As long as we are holding above 114,471, we should move towards 130K. That's it. Now we could go up sooner. We could break out directly. Absolutely. That would be the white scenario. It shows you that's possible. And you see how the market reacted to one of the fib levels here at 123,760. But the next one would be around 127,400. That would be naturally my next target to the upside. Either directly, but I don't see any evidence for that, or after a broader wave 2, which seems likely. Just need to see a little bit more action here to the upside. Ideally, if not today, then tomorrow, because further downside just would mean we're starting to slip. It's not what I want to see here. So yeah, a healthy B wave is what I'm watching for. Some coins are doing that today, or starting it at least. Bitcoin, not so much yet. So something to watch for. Support is still holding, and I'll keep you updated if anything changes. So I hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, feel free to join our membership. Check out the membership options. If you go to our channel page, there's a video that explains everything. Tomorrow, we've got our member live stream at 5 p.m. UTC. We cover a lot of coins in these live streams. There are member-only videos, like Bonk was covered overnight. There'll be another one today, tomorrow. As a gold member, you also can access our Discord server. You get access to additional updates. Yeah, completely, additional coins that we don't even cover on YouTube. Tradingview live charts, and much more. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.